Coming to the Tainted Tavern, come sit a while for free. We talk about our musings and devices we've been using.
Hello and welcome to the Tainted Tavern. And today I've got a pipe tobacco review for you. I haven't done one of those in a long while because it's been too cold to smoke, and I mostly got to smoke outside. But I'm at home alone at the moment. My wife's out, so I can have a quick slice smoke and then spray loads of room clearing fragrance, and she'll be none the wiser. So today I'm going to talk about Peterson'S Luxury Blend, which is it's an aromatic tobacco. It's made up of 3 different kinds of Virginia leaf. There's also burley and black Cavendish in here. It's a rather delicious tobacco. Out of the tin, we've got a traditional type paper cover in there. We've got the little card insert, which shows the artwork of a tobacco leaf there. And it says that this tobacco is vacuum packed for freshness and made in Denmark, because of course Peterson's now are, I believe, produced for the Scandinavian Tobacco Company. So yes, it is the Scandinavian Tobacco Group. So let's take a look at the stuff out of the tin. Now, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick this up, so I'm going to bring it a little closer, but it is, as I say, there's 3 different types of Virginia in here. It's moist to the touch out of the tin, but not overly moist. There's also some black Cavendish there. You can see the black Cavendish, and there's burley tobacco. The aroma out of the tin gives us a sweetness, a kind of nutty sweetness. But we're going to get a pipe going now, get a bowl going, and have a little chat while I partake in it, and explain what flavours I'm experiencing from this. I'm drinking, just having a scotch on the rocks here. So, without further ado, let's get this bowl going. And I want to talk a little bit about a movie I watched last night. I'm a big fan of Quentin Tarantino. And I love Tarantino. I first discovered him on a pirated video back in the day with Reservoir Dogs. And it blew me away. I went to the cinema then and saw Pulp Fiction. In fact, I went 3 or 4 times to see Pulp Fiction. Jackie Brown I saw in the cinema. Jackie Brown I kind of wasn't as keen on initially, but it's grown on me now. But the film I watched last night was Kill Bill. Now, Kill Bill, when it first came out, kind of disappointed me, because Tarantino considered it to be one film, and in fact Tarantino himself still thinks of it as one film and treats it as one film. He's famously said he'll retire after 10 movies, so if we count Kill Bill 1 and Kill Bill 2 as separate movies, which is how they were released, then that means he's already done his 10, but no, Tarantino claims that Kill Bill was one movie, and that's the version I watched last night. It's not available on Blu-ray or DVD, and that is Kill Bill: The Old Bloody Affair. So it's a 4 hours plus movie. It's Kill Bill 1 and 2 put together as one movie, the way it was originally intended, with some extra footage, and it's rejigged a lot. For instance, the original cinema release of Kill Bill saw the bride, Uma Thurman's character, finding out that her baby, whom she thought was dead through most of the film, was actually still alive. You find that out at the end of part 1. With the Old Bloody Affair, the way it's been put together, we don't find that out till right at the end of the film. So as a viewer, we are getting that little reveal at the same time as Uma Thurman again. It just makes it a much more it's a much better constructed film, and it just proves that Tarantino was correct in his original assertion that it should have been one movie. And indeed, the only reason it wasn't released as one movie was because, for marketing reasons, that the studio thought, rightly and wrongly, I mean, it's arguable, that there's no way someone would sit in the cinema for 4 plus hours and watch a movie. So let's we'll come back to that in a moment, but let's get this Peterson'S Luxury Blend going and tell you what I'm experiencing.
As I watch the sun descending and the birds fly home to rest, in the hush when day is ending, that's the hour when I feel blessed. Smoking my pipe, smoking my pipe, like a whisper through the cornfield comes a gentle evening breeze. At the doorway of my cottage I recall old memories. Smoking my
It was
pipe.
difficult for me to pick up a room note on this while I'm smoking it. But the overriding taste I was getting there, that lit really easily. I was getting a yogurty nugget taste there.
Smoking my pipe. Those far off places beyond the blue.
So yeah, nugget, some hazelnut. There's a sweetness there, a nutty sweetness, a freshness. It's a tasty tobacco. The aroma, it's always difficult for me to pick the aroma up when I'm actually smoking it, but I would say this is probably a pleasant room note.
Familiar faces that once I knew. I recall those days behind me and the happiness they meant. Every sundown you will find me with a heart that is content.
It's said that this tobacco is on the medium strength guide as regards to a nicket. It's mild in taste.
Smoking my pipe.
That's probably strictly not true. I wouldn't say it's mild in taste, but it's a mild experience. It's not overpowering, but there are tastes there, and they're quite forward. These tastes are. You get an hazelnut, a yogurt, nugget. I keep saying yogurt. I mean nugget.
Smoking my pipe. You remember the first time we met? You were the only one in that room.
The hazelnut, nugget, grassy, some earthy grassiness. Let's go back to Tarantino's movie Kill Bill. Now, as I say, Tarantino originally intended for it to be one movie. It was released as two separate movies. I've got them here on Blu-ray. So it was released as Kill Bill 2 and Kill Bill 1. But it was originally intended to be one movie. Now, Tarantino has edited it together himself, and he's extended certain sequences. The anime sequence in in Kill Bill Volume 1 has been massively extended. As I say, the structures change somewhat, which improves the pacing. Because when I saw Kill Bill initially in the cinema, you've got to remember that at this stage, all we'd had from Tarantino was Reservoir Dogs, and I'm talking about films he actually directed now. I know he did other work on other films, but to actually direct the Tarantino movies, then, if you like, we'd had Reservoir Dogs, we'd had Pulp Fiction, and we'd had Jackie Brown. So when Kill Bill first came out, and it came out as two separate movies, I was slightly disappointed in it. Yeah, it was full of action, but it didn't have that trademark dialogue. A little bit disappointed with it. Plus, I just found it didn't fully grab hold of me, didn't fully connect to me. I enjoyed it, but I've always considered Kill Bill to be one of Tarantino's lesser movies. However, with the version that he's edited together and called Kill Bill, The Old Bloody Affair, I reassess this movie. I think it's brilliant. The Old Bloody Affair is the only way to watch it. Now, Tarantino reportedly won't allow a physical media release of this for Blu-ray or DVD, whatever, but he shows it at certain times in selected cinemas, mostly his own cinemas. And he claims this is the only way the movie should be seen, which is all very well if you happen to live there. But what about the fans all around the world? We are not going to be able to get to see The Old Bloody Affair. Now, there are rumours that it's going to be released. There's a 4K release coming this year Whether that's true or not, I can't say, because I've heard these rumors so many times over the last few years. So the only way I could get hold of the Old Bloody Affair was to buy a bootleg DVD copy, and the transfer is pretty good. But I watched it last night. I sat down, so it's more than 4 hours. I watched it in one sitting, and it's so much better in that format, which is obviously the format that Tarantino originally intended. But whether the marketing people and the cinema people were correct in saying no one's going to sit in the cinema screen for 4 hours to watch a single movie. Plus, of course, with a 4-hour-long movie, it limits the amount of showing you can get in per day, so that affects the revenue that the movie can bring in. So maybe they were right, but I just think that maybe they should experiment a bit. I mean, it's not unusual to have, some of the Marvel movies are pushing towards 3 hours, so it's only an extra hour or so, isn't it? But I genuinely think that Kill Bill, The Old Bloody Affair is a far better version of the movie than the originally released Kill Bill 1 and 2. But let's go back to the tobacco.
Away carriage, you didn't like me smoking my dear old pipe. Compromise, I opened the window. What a lovely surprise you gave me on our wedding day. A tobacco jar.
I feel that it burns quite easily in the bowl and shouldn't have too many relights. The only reason I had a relight it just now was because I went off on a tangent talking for quite some time about Kill Bill.
How I remember each smile and tear as life's December is
There's a
drawing
creaminess to the tobacco.
Time's old ever-moving finger closes one
Grassiness, creamy, very oaty kind of hazelnuts. Nugget, I'm still getting a sweet nugget taste.
more day, but yet, while such thoughts as mine can linger, I'll have nothing to regret. Smoking my pipe, smoking my pipe, smoking my pipe.
The tin tells us that it's a unique mixture of selected tobaccos including Virginia, Burley and Maryland, blended with some black Cavendish, also blended with Andrub Virginia Flake. I can taste the Virginia. I think the Virginia is front forward in terms of tobacco. That Virginia fresh grassiness is there. It's quite slow burning. Mellow in terms of the way it feels in the mouth when you're smoking it. Although the flavors are very complex to this, it's not a one-trick pony. Yeah, I suppose it deserves the name Luxury Blend.
As I watch the sun descending and the birds fly home to rest.
It's an enjoyable smoke, certainly. There's a lot of nuances to it, a lot of complexity. I'm now experiencing what I would describe as a slight aniseed tang.
In the hush when day is ending, that's the hour when I feel blessed. Smoking my pipe.
That's the thing about a pipe as opposed to any other form of smoking, even cigars. You get far more flavors from a pipe than you ever would from a cigar, and certainly from a cigarette.
Smoking my pipe. Like a whisper through the cornfield.
So it's a far more rewarding smoking experience. It's more substantial.
Comes a gentle evening breeze. At the doorway of my cottage I recall all memories. Smoking my pipe.
Mild, mellow, slow burning. As the old adverts used to say.
Smoking my pipe. Those far off places beyond the blue, familiar faces that once I knew. I recall.
The one tobacco that is announcing itself more than any of the other tobaccos in this blend is the Virginia. Virginia is front forward. Now the sweetness from the Black Cavendish and the kind of aniseedy type flavour that I'm getting is intermingling with the Virginia. The burley, of course, is providing the nuttiness.
All those days behind me and the happiness they meant. Every sundown you will find me with a heart that is content.
So it's a well-rounded, complex smoke that doesn't burn too hot either. The bowl is still, it's warm, but it's not hot. It's comfortable to open.
Smoking my pipe. Smoking my pipe.
I'm just smoking this in an old briar. I've tried to, I do enjoy this smoke, this pipe. Try to find out more about it. I think I must have had it in an estate pipe lot from eBay back in the day. It's marked Pyramid Real Briar, and it's made in Italy, but I haven't been able to find anything else more about it. It's got a vulcanite stem. It's a nice softy vulcanite stem. It's a nice pipe.
You remember the first time we met? You were the only one in that railway carriage who didn't like me smoking my dear old pipe. Compromise, I opened the window. What a lovely surprise you gave me on our wedding day. A tobacco jar. How I remember each smile and tear.
Certainly relaxes you, allows for contemplation. I've got a lot to contemplate. I've started 2006 without a job. I loved my previous job, but the company went under just before Christmas, so made redundant. I've got to look for something else to do now, because although I've got a small income coming in from my writing, I don't make enough to make a living. Oh, perhaps one day I'll write a bestseller. I've been saying that since I was 20 years old, but there we are. One can only try, so I've got to find something else to do.
As life's December is drawing.
Yeah, it is a bit of a worry, but you know, it is what it is, isn't it? You just got to get on.
Time's old ever-moving finger closes one more day, but yet, while such thoughts as mine can linger, I'll have nothing to regret.
So anyway, thanks for watching, and please leave a comment. Give the video a thumbs up and click subscribe, because it does help me to grow this channel. So we've been talking about today builders Peterson'S of Dublin, but that's just a trademark because this is now made by the Scandinavian Tobacco Group. So it's Peterson'S of Dublin Luxury blend. It's a decent tobacco, nutty, earthy, mellow, mild, decent tobacco. And we're also talking about Kill Bill, the old bloody affair, and I do hope that it gets an official Blu-ray or 4K release, because it's, if you watch Kill Bill 1 and 2 the way they would release, then you watch Old Bloody Affair and it's such a more superior movie. It's the only way to watch it. Anyway, come back soon to the Tavern. Cheers, Yakida, and bye for now.
Coming to the Tainted Tavern, come sit a while for free. We talk about our musings and devices we've been using.